Hello everyone, I'm back. Today we'll try to beat Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 without using any demons. I can safely say that this game is quite a bit harder than the first one. There are a lot more demons that have a range and that will ruin our lives later in the game. There are also many more attacks for the physical characters, so those guys are gonna be a lot better in this game compared to the first one. Like last time, I will go for a Glass Cannon Mage build. That will be pretty strong, but it will not be enough to solo the entire game, like in the first game. In the tutorial here, you can actually die if you refuse the help twice, and it will be a game over and you have to restart the game. The tutorial is pretty much like the one in the first game. There are three demons that you have to take out with only the basic attacks. And like the last time, I'm not sure if I want to give all the XP to myself or if I want to share it with the other characters. At this point, I did not know that in New Game Plus, in this game, there is some kind of experience share, and your other characters get XP even though they don't participate in the fights. This will be good later on because I will be able to level up all the characters pretty fast. Unfortunately, the characters are kinda similar to the ones in the first game, so that brings the game down a bit, in my opinion. In the first game, there is this ice lady that is high level and you have to take her out. Thankfully, Makoto comes to help us. I failed it the first time because I'm reckless, but the second time I'm able to do it pretty easily. Now there's Joe, his introduction. He kidnaps one of our characters and asks us to protect him, and we do it. It's pretty easy. First pseudo boss is Dabhe or Daphne or something, don't know. He is kind of hard. At the start of the mission, he is invincible. He cannot be hurt with anything, and you have to run past him. Unfortunately, since we don't have any devil speed, we will have to tank one or two of his attacks and he hurts. But once you go past him, there's some debris that falls there. Thankfully, Daichi comes and saves us, kinda. He more or less destroys Dabe, and there's only this pyramid cone thing left, and you have to take this thing out. Now it's pretty weak though, and he doesn't have many resistances, and you can take him out more or less without any issues. This mission I was worried about because the demon tamers usually manage to escape on the left here. This time though, I'm able to reach him with myself and fight him and take him out without any worries. The other demons are not that bad. The demon tamers summon a kinda strong demon here for this point in the game, but we can take him out eventually and finish the mission. Next mission, I get overconfident already. I go in alone. You have to take out Fumi, who is being mind controlled by a demon, and you have to kill the other demons and her. Unfortunately, I get poisoned at the start of the mission, so my health is very low for all the fights. But with the victory cry keeping me up, I'm able to take out Fumi, and then the demon comes and takes her away. Clear out the rest of the demons, and that's the end of the mission. Next mission is kinda like the Midori ones. There's this woman who wants to save civilians, and we have to help her. This time is pretty easy though. There are not that many demons, and she's okay. Here, you were supposed to do something to save that guy, but I don't like him, so he's gonna die. The rest of the mission is not that bad, just long, and there are those beings that attack at range and they are annoying. Now it's the first actual boss, and he's pretty cool. He summons those things that blow up, and he can ice beam people and kill them. Unfortunately, the first time I do it, I forget that he has a lot of attack range, so he takes me out before I reach him. The second time I learn, I stay out of his range, and I can take him out with a couple of force dances eventually. Here is where I understood that this game would be quite a bit harder than the first one. Now we are fighting Mr. Q again for some reason. I don't know why I always end up fighting him, but he manages to escape. Next mission, we have to stop those people from running away with supplies. It's not very easy because, as usual, the guys focus on running away and we have to catch up to them. And without any devil speed or phantom or flight or anything like that, it's hard. Thankfully, we managed to catch the last guy just before he can run away. He's one tile away from the exit. And we can finish him off and complete the mission. Next mission is the introduction to another character. He is the classical physical all muscle guy. He is unfortunately kind of weak at the moment, and he can get taken out by the demon tamers with ease. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. He gets taken out before I can manage to get to him. That's partially because I moved my other two characters up there when I should have brought them back. I redo the mission, and this time I can reach him before he can get killed, and I finish off all the demon tamers that come in the area, and we can finish this mission and save that character. We'll see Django much more later on. I'll use him quite a lot. Now Fumi is back and she is still being mind controlled. This time around, though, the Botis demon is here and wants to fight us. He is surprisingly strong. I think it's because his level is very high compared to the level of other demons at this point in the story. And so it takes me quite a while to take him out, but finally I can do it. And then there's just Fumi left. You have to take her out too, again. She's not very strong because she does not act, only the demons act. And once you take those out, it's pretty easy. Once you finish the mission, she is not my controller anymore, and she can go do her things. Now you have to rescue Daichi, who got kidnapped by some demon tamers. This mission is not too hard. There are quite a few demon tamers though, so you have to fight a lot, and you have to make sure that nobody dies. Once you rescue Daichi, he will follow the rescuer and he will not be able to fight anybody, so you have to keep him out of the fight. You also have to make sure that Django does not die from the fights with the demon tamers. In this mission, there's the introduction to Ronaldo, who is one of the main characters in this game. He is looting this office and wants to steal some supplies. You should take out the guys with the boxes, but if you focus on Ronaldo and take him out, the mission ends immediately. So that's what I do. I can take him out with a couple of attacks, and once he's down, everybody else drops the supplies and flees. Now it's a surprise, and there's a boss. He is quite a strong boss for this point in the game. At the start, he is only one piece, but soon you'll see him split up and become two pieces. One of which is weak to physical but immune to magic, and the other one is the other way around. He is weak to magic but immune to physical. First time I failed because I focused the magic one with my magic characters and the physical one with my physical characters, so not a good idea. Second time around, I learn it and I can take him out, but that's still pretty close. Once he is defeated, there is the next day, and we have to take out those cone things again, which I initially thought they were more tabheads, but no, they are part of another boss that will meet later. It's not hard, but they have one new attack that could be annoying if you have low HP. They have like a AoE full map attack. Once you complete the mission, there's this one mission, which is pretty hard because you are introduced to another character called Otome. She is a nurse or a doctor. The problem is that you can't level her up before this mission, so she will be low level for this mission, and you have to protect her because if she dies, the mission fails. It's kind of a long mission. There are a lot of demons, and once you take out a few, there's more debris collapsing there, and you have to take out all of the demons before you can leave. But once you take out more of the demons, another demon spawns, which is a unique one, but I'm not sure if he has any meaning in the story. He is kind of strong, a lot of HP, but he goes down. And once you take out the last group of demons, you have completed the mission. Next mission is not very hard. It's very long though. There are some demon tamers and some JP guys fighting, and you can you can choose which side to stay on or take out everybody. Next mission is like an earlier one. You have to take out those guys with the supplies before they run off. Again, usually is not that bad because you have access to devil speed, etc. But this time around, it's not possible for me to do that. Thankfully, I can take out the guys, and then there are just some more demon tamers to KO, and at that point, it's pretty easy. As usual, the guys without any ranged demons are easy and they pose no problem. Next mission, we have to save Joe. He is in a bad spot and he risks dying. Ronaldo decides to help him too, so we have an ally who is closer to Joe than us and can help us save him. Thankfully, I can reach him before he gets killed by demons, and once me and Ronaldo take out all of the demons present in the map, we can save Joe and he can live to fight another day. He takes a couple of hits, but he is not that weak, and we can keep on killing demons. At this point in time, I'm starting to see the strength of the physical characters in this game. Multi-strike in particular is a very powerful skill that will come in handy later and will save us a lot of trouble against some of the later bosses, especially if paired with Pierce and Life Drain or Hit Drain, whatever it's called. So you can spam it and not worry about reflex and heal up while you're killing everybody. Next mission is a pretty cool boss. You have to choose one of those teams. It only changes which characters you can use in the fight. And this boss can be kind of annoying if you don't know what he does. He initially is here and he's not that bad. He has a lot of HP, but he can be taken out pretty easily. But once you do, he moves to this side of the map. You have to chase him and take him out again. Once you do, he moves again to this side of the map, and you have to take him out over here too. I already had some characters here because I know what he's gonna do. And once you take him out over there, he moves back to the original spot, and you have to take him out for the last time. And once you do, it's mission complete. There's a cutscene where all three teams kill him at the same time, so we can finally finish this guy off. And so goes down the fourth big bad boss of this game. There are three more to go. Next mission is unusual. There is this boss who is up in the sky and drops down some pods or seeds who explode into poison. And Yamato wants to analyze this poison to hopefully find an antidote to neutralize it and be able to defeat the boss easier. This mission is quite long because you have to wait for Yamato to go to the spot where the seed or the poison is and to analyze it. And he has to do it 4 times. Meanwhile, you have to protect him from the demons. But once you do and take out the demons, it's over. The mission is over, and you can move on to the next mission. This is the boss that I was talking about. He's pretty cool, and I don't know if it's just me, but the bosses in this game kinda remind me of Evangelion, as the design goes. Now we have some questionable sexy time. Airi has to seduce a demon so he can show up. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that Airi is underage, so yeah, we're gonna skip over that. Once we lure the guy out, he mimics himself and disguises as one of those fire pumping guys. You have to find out which one of them is the real one, and it turns out that it's this one. And once you find out the real one, you have to take him out. But he's kind of annoying because he spams shield all, so you can't do that much damage. Once you KO him, it's mission complete, and you capture him after Ahiri beats him up. And Yamato ties him up and brings him away because we'll use him later. Next mission, we have to do kinda the same thing with another demon. This one, though, prefers dancing instead of sexiness. So we hire the Kabuki Igor to dance for the demon so he can show up. But while she's dancing, some random lower demons come up and we have to protect her while she keeps dancing and summons the demon that we are looking for. The mission is not very hard. There are a few demons that you have to take care of, but they are not very strong. Here I make a mistake and let one guy slip through and he attacks our dancer and deals some damage, but not that much. And once you kill the demons, there are those messages who tell you that you are getting closer to finish the mission. Once you can kill them all, mission is complete, and this guy gets summoned, and he tells us that we can summon him again if we need something, and that's what we do. We'll make it so the first demon attacks Shiva. Shiva attacks back, but it also hits the big demon in the sky, so we shot it down and can fight him on the ground. In this next mission, we have to stop the demons from reaching the exit, and we also have to kill that demon Bifrosis if we want. We can use Otome to stop the demons from getting out by blocking the exit, and use our heroes to take out the demons in the meantime. This guy does not have range on his own, so he is pretty easy to take out once you reach him. The other demons, as usual, are not a problem. They go down without much of a fight, and they are not ranged, so they can't hit us and we can't hit back. Once we proceed and take out all of the demons, the mission is complete, and we can move on to the next one. It's the boss that we just shot down. We need to take out his core and so kill him forever. We can use the antidote, but I don't really know how to use it, so I don't end up using it. Near the boss there is a bunch of poison, so every time you start a turn near him, you will take some damage, and that makes the boss harder. He also has quite a bit of range and likes to shoot down more seeds to spread the poison. Once you take him out, he falls apart, and that's the end of that boss. Here is just a standard mission of demon tamers fighting amongst each other. So you just have to take all of them out, and once you are done, the mission ends. Nothing special. Here is the next boss, which is my favorite. He splits up into these balls with tentacles, and you have to take them out. The balls are not very strong once you reach them, but they can attack at range, so they can be a problem if you have to fight a lot of them at the same time. If you don't kill them fast enough, they are gonna grow and become much stronger, being able to attack from very far away and taking a lot more damage and dealing a lot more damage to your characters. Once you take out all of the balls and the demons, the mission ends. Here, though, the demon chef guys are a pain in the ass. They like to spam the shield all skill and make it so my damage does not go through. They block both magic and physic, but once you take out the demons, it's the end. Next mission is quite a long one. It requires you to activate this machine 4 times in 4 different spots. Meanwhile, there are a whole lot of demons that like to harass you and try to stop you, and more of them are gonna come out. Thankfully, most of them are pretty easy, except for one, this guy with the double sword. He deals a lot of damage, but we can activate this thing, this drill, and it shoots up and activates the volcano. And once this happens, we can run away and flee to safety. Next mission, we have to recover those pieces of a powerful demon, and we have to take care that no other demon steals it and runs away with it. The best course of action, in my opinion, is to stand at the exit and block the path for the demons so that they have to come to you and you can take them out. Once you manage to finally take out the last of the demons present in the level, the mission ends, and you will see that we're gonna use those fragments of the demon to fuse them together with Io. I'm not sure why her and not somebody else, but okay. Once we do, we can move on to the next mission where we are gonna solve the mystery of the fourth diva from the fourth game because he is here and he just killed this guy, which is a private investigator, I think, or a detective or something. This mission is designed to be beaten with only one squad, so it's not very hard once you are over leveled. Finish the mission and the guy unfortunately dies, and that's the end of his story. Next mission is a kind of annoying one. Here we are gonna activate the power of the demon that we put inside Io, but this will take quite some time and it will deal damage to Io. So our mission is to protect her from the other demons that want her power and make sure that she can activate it without dying. Unfortunately, the first time I do the mission, I fail it because there is a crow demon who can fly over the gap and attack me at range, so I can't stop him. The second time, I equip my guys with a healing move, so I can heal up Io when necessary. I kill off the demons and she goes Super Saiyan, and you'll see. She summons Shenron, who bites on the blob boss and is trying to eat him to kill him. Unfortunately, the dragon is not strong enough, so we have to make sure that the big blob boss goes down and the dragon can eat him and kill him once and for all. This boss fight is cool, but it's also very long and kinda hard. There are a lot of demons that have range and can deal good damage. Also, the arms of the boss are ranged and also deal some decent damage. And once you take one arm out, two blobs are gonna spawn and you'll have to kill them, otherwise they're gonna be a nuisance for the rest of the mission. And you have to repeat this process 3 times for each arm, but you can't do it all 3 times for one arm and then 3 times for the other arm. You have to do it one stage at a time for each arm, and every time you do, more blobs are gonna spawn and you'll have to kill them, otherwise you'll get easily overwhelmed. And this is why this mission is quite long. At this point, I realized fully the strength of the physical characters. Okay, maybe not fully. And I start using them a lot more. You'll see Django and the Kabuki woman appear a lot more in the next few missions, and we keep hitting the boss over and over again, breaking more and more pieces of his arms. And this game, like the first game, has a lot of endings, and we are approaching the point where you have to choose an ending. Like the first game, there are two kind of endings. One where you escape, and one when you deal with the situation in different ways. This time I'm gonna go for the Daichi ending, which is a neutral ending where you fix everything and you turn back time effectively. This time I will not do other endings since most of them have the same bosses. There are just a couple of different fights, but mostly they are the same. So I don't think it's necessary to do it more than once. Daichi's ending technically is not the hardest one. The Anguished one is the hardest because you start it with only yourself and the Anguished one as characters, so you only have two characters for the start. Also, I forgot to say it, but this boss fight is timed. You have to kill the boss in less than 10 turns, I think. Usually it's not a problem unless you are quite weak. Generally, you're gonna die before you run out of time. And once you can take out the last bit of the armor of the boss, it will detach from the building, and the snake dragon is gonna be able to eat him and then fall back down to earth and petrify. Next mission is quite an important one. You can side with Makoto, or you can side with Ronaldo, or you can take both of them out. All of the options are fine. Here I decide to take everybody out. Makoto and Ronaldo are pretty strong, while everybody else is kinda weak. So once you take them out, it's an easy finish. Here, if you sided with Ronaldo, he would shoot Makoto and kill her. Now we can choose Daichi's way and go for his ending. The first fight is versus the team members of Osaka, and this is not that difficult, but not very easy either. Makoto destroys my team, except for when I petrify her and finally kill her off. Fumi is another problem. She keeps summoning demons, but once I reach her, I can take her out. Next is the fight with the other branch, and they are gonna lure us in a trap and ambush us. This fight is quite a bit harder than the first one because there are a lot of demon tamers with ranged demons that can attack you from very far away. And in fact, I lose it the first time I tried this mission. So I decided to grind a bit more and come back when I was stronger and finish the mission once and for all. Once you finish those missions, you can try to recruit back the people, but I only recruit Fumi. Now there is this boss. Unfortunately, this boss is invincible. He takes no damage from your human characters in any way. I tried with Almighty damage, with super effective damage, Pierce, Holy Strike, reflecting back his attacks, nothing works. So I approach him without demons, summon one, and deal damage. And he decides to remove all of the demons in the area, including the other demons. He summons two dubhead beats though. They are not very hard, and your objective is to run away. Once you do, you can move to the next team, and it's Ronaldo and Joe. It's again a hard fight, mostly because Joe has range and Ronaldo is quite a strong opponent. I am not sure if the recruitment of the characters depends on the fate, aka the friendship that you had with them before they left. But I think it does because for some of them the event said farewell, insert the name of the character here, while other said recruit, insert name of the character here. That is kind of unfortunate because I thought I had a pretty good friendship with everybody, but apparently not. So I could only recruit Fumi. Everybody else was a farewell. It might also have something to do with the previous mission, the one where I decided to take everybody out. I'm sure that if I sided with one of the two sides, the characters from that side would be easier to recruit back, but doesn't really matter. I can finish the game with the characters that I have. Here, as you can see, the mission is not going terribly well for me, mostly because of the ranged characters, but also because of the walls, etc. Once I managed to get in melee with the ranged characters, though, they are pretty easy KO, and slowly but surely we can keep taking them out. Here I'm left alone against the world, and somehow I manage to do it. I tank everything and I can take out everybody, even though they are quite a bit ranged. Joe is probably the most important target because once he goes down, the other guys escape. Now Yamato. Yamato is problematic. He can also go Super Saiyan, kinda, and I fail again. And that's because he is very ranged. He has 4 or 5 range, and the more demons you take out, the more actions he gets. And since the demons swarm you, before you can fight him, you will end up with him attacking 3 or 4 times a turn, and he's ranged, so you can't fight back. Thankfully, this time I somehow managed to get near him with my character, while the other characters kinda just die from his onslaught. And once I do some damage with Fumi to remove the Arioch, so he is not ranged anymore. He has to attack me in melee, and I can take him out. Once we do, you can recruit him too, and I managed to do it, but I will not use him for the fights. Here we have this nut guy again, Turnip maybe, and he again does not take damage from the human characters. And also, since you have Trumpet Demon here, you can't summon the demons mid-battle, so I have to have the demons on my team from the start of the mission. I decided to go with those avian ones so I could reach the boss easier, and they are probably my highest level demon. Once you take out those two buds, four more spawn, and I know that, and that's why I left two characters here so they can take them out. Otherwise, those things would destroy the trumpet demon, and we would fail the mission. The turnip boss is very ranged, so he is doing quite a bit of damage to us, but next turn I'm able to reach him and deal good damage with holy dances from the avian demons. And once I do enough damage, he splits up in four parts. Each of them have some characteristics of the boss, and three of them are not immune to human damage. So I decided to take those out only with my guy and protect with the demons, as you can see here. They are not very strong once you can attack and deal damage to them. Unfortunately, the Black Mirror one is still immune to human damage, so I will have to deal with that on with the demons. Here I take out the other three pieces who attack me and go down quite easily. I take some more damage from the poison. I also try to retreat to desummon the demons, but you're unable to do it because of the trumpet demon at the start. And here I take out the last piece. I try to see if maybe I can do some damage to him for whatever reason, but no, I can't. So I resort to more holy dances. And after a couple of turns, I can finally finish off this boss and not have to worry about summoning demons ever again for the rest of the playthrough. Next mission. In the next mission, we have to be tested by the Anguished One because he thinks that we are not strong enough to take out Polaris, which is the final boss. So he summons a bunch of minor demons, and he also summons Black Frost, which I think wants vengeance from that time that I didn't save him in the first game. Unfortunately for him, he is not very strong compared to us, and he goes down in a couple of turns. Here I want to show that I reached max level and to show my stats. I'm glad to see that they kept the funny language for Black Frost. I think it gives him quite a bit of character compared to the other demons. After a while of fighting those minor demons, we can finally face off. Once you complete the mission, the Anguished One kinda compliments you and then leaves and tells you where to go next. The next mission is against the remains of the snake. We are here to collect the power left over, but the snake wakes up and eats the demon that wanted to take his power. This boss fight is kinda interesting. He can heal himself by eating your characters, and you'll see it now against Fumi. He uses the skill Swallow and heals up a bunch. Thankfully, though, with multi-strike, we can take him out in just one hit. And that's it. The demons run away. Now the head of the snake is gonna become a gadget. We can pick it up and use it later. In the next mission, the Anguished One reveals his true form and wants to test us again. This time, though, he will do it himself. I failed this mission once or twice because in his second phase he is very strong. I noticed that he is weak to physical in his second phase and decided to go for multi-strike on him to take him out. Thankfully, this time I can get to phase 2 without any issues, even if there are a lot of demons that attack me, even from range, like this Ariot. Once he goes in second phase, he can do a lot of damage in a couple of turns. In fact, he KOs Fumi pretty easily. Thankfully, next turn I can use Hinako to multi-strike him, and with just 2 multi-strikes he goes down. Alcor decides to use the last of his power to open up a way for us to reach Polaris and to finally face the last boss of the game. Polaris is quite a long fight. He has 3 phases. The first one you have to reach his main body, while the other pieces try to attack you. He has this attack, Heaven's Wrath, which deals a lot more damage based on the number of pieces still alive. After a while of tanking and healing with Diadorama, Mediadaran, etc., we reach him, KO him, and he fuses together all of the pieces and gets in phase 2. In this phase, he summons a lot of clones of all the characters that we've met during the story. They are all sad or depressed or for one reason or another want to stop us from defeating Polaris. This phase is not too hard, it's quite long though. Some of the clones are quite easy to take out, like the IO clone, who goes down in just one attack. Some other clones, like the Makoto one, are much more annoying, because they can revive and heal their team. They are also quite tanky and do good damage. Once we have defeated all of the clones, we can start phase 3. In this phase, the boss changes shape again and also changes the arena again. We have to reach him and take him out before he can KO us. As you can see, he has crazy high range and deals good damage. It's important that you save all of your characters for this phase, because he can easily wipe them out. And you're gonna need as much power as you can to defeat his main body. Here I go against my own better judgment and start to mess around with the smaller demons. I also try to get out of the way of the center 3 tiles, where there's the rainbow bridge, because he is gonna use an attack that will deal a lot of damage if someone is there. Dodged that attack, I have to rush in with myself, Fumi and Hinaki to take out the boss and finally finish the game. As you can see, there's no ending to the demons because he keeps summoning them, and those knights on the griffin are quite annoying because they can bind. I can reach him in the next turn and attack him with multi-strike a couple of times, and that's enough to KO him. and get us the win. Here, there's the ending cinematic cutscene where the boss asks us what we want to do, and we say that we want to fix everything and turn back time to before the demons invaded. He obliges, and we have a conversation with all of the characters that decided to side with us. We share some good memories of the time spent together and talk about the plans for the future of the world. And that's the end of the game, except for that boss, which is immune to humans. You can beat the game without ever having to use demons. It's gonna be, of course, harder, but it's doable. And thank you for watching this video. If you have any ideas, write them down in the comment for any game or any challenge. I'll try to do them. If you don't mind, consider subscribing, liking, writing a comment, ring the bell, and whatever else YouTube wants you to do. And see you next time. Thank you.